Such a beautiful day out. This is part of the Rouge River that pours into the Detroit River. It was really polluted through the 80s. In the 90s, they started cleaning it up. A bunch of people came together, volunteered, and started a cleaning thing going on. They started canoeing through the river and cleaning everything up as much as they could. When I was a kid, I used to do a lot of crayfishing over here. The crayfish love the flowing water, and they like to hide underneath all these rocks. You'll see a lot of people fish over here. A lot of pike, sunfish, those type of things. Bass. They stock the river that's more west from here. Well, it's really a lake that's called Newburgh Lake. They stock it. A lot of the pike, they come over the waterfall and they get stuck over here, so that's why you catch them. Such a beautiful day to come out. I come over here a lot. They have a lot of MTB mountain bike trails that they just recently put in a few years ago when COVID hit, because people were stuck in the homes. They spent a lot of money building the trails, and I was surprised I didn't see anybody fishing, and here's somebody coming to fish. You'll see a lot of people fishing over here. It's a good place. Maybe he'll catch some. It'd be cool to see him get a bite. Oh, he casts right into the water. I know the pike. I've caught a lot of pike over there. You got to be careful with the pike, man. They got a lot of sharp teeth. You want to wear a glove when you grab the fish and you pull the hook out of its mouth. The fin on the back's pretty sharp too. Just doing a little bit of fly fishing. Said nope. Decided to go to another area. No good. I wanted to go over there, but that beam that they have looked like it fell. You can tell people placed the rocks so they can go up in there. Go check out this island. It's what I like to do on my spare time. I'm a big nature person. I love computers and racing, building cars and stuff. I do a lot of techie stuff, but I'm a big outdoors person. I'm not the type of person to go clubbing or anything like that. That shit's stupid. I've done enough partying in my time. Better if you cross your feet like that. Almost fell. Such a nice fall day. That's the only thing I'm gonna miss when I head south and start sailing in the warmer waters. Are gonna be fall days like this. It's nice and cool. All the trees change colors. which I love trees, that's why I plant them. Oh, bird's taking a bath. It's adorable. I don't want to get any closer, scare it away. I want it to enjoy its bath. I live for this stuff. I've been looking for a camera, a nice Canon or a Nikon or Sony camera, so I can get good footage when I travel. I go out places like this, catch animals in their homes, and I tend to catch a lot of animals breeding. I spend a lot of time in the woods, so I end up coming across a lot. Looks like it might be some deer tracks. Yeah, it's definitely a deer. See a bunch of turtles out here, geese, fox. There is coyotes out here. You can hear them a lot at night. They'll get into the backyard because there's a bunch of houses all along this area. We're in like a valley where all the water flows to. So like a lot of the coyotes and stuff, they'll attack the cats and dogs in the backyard and stuff. You'll hear them. They'll snatch your little poodle up real quick. If you live over here, you gotta let your dog out and let your dog back in quick. You don't want to leave your dog out during nighttime. During the day, you'd be alright, but nighttime, if you're over here, you don't leave your little pooch out. It'll be gone quick. That guy, he went around. He was over here. He decided to go over here. It's actually kind of smart. It's deeper over there. Kind of hoping he catches something so everyone can see. It's crazy if you go to like the museum that I mentioned before in a video over here. The Indians used to live off this river and canoe through here. There was a big Indian settlement down here. You can see the fishing line caught on the tree right there. About a decade ago, there's a lake that's up here. There's two of them. There's a smaller one, and then farther up is the bigger one. It's called Newburgh Lake. Every once in a while, they'll actually drain the lake, and then they'll clean it out. I lost a fucking $200 skateboard in it before when I was young. I was mad as hell. It was a blind skateboard. He's putting some shiny thing on there, like green, yellow. I've used lures to fish, but I prefer to use live bait. I like to fish, but that's not like, it's not something I really go out of my way to do. I've been wanting to do it more, but I just haven't done it. Fishing tackle's expensive too, man. I mean, you could do it for cheap, but if you really get into it, you can spend thousands of dollars easily. Hundreds of dollars on freaking lures and different tackle. It's insane. Different fishing poles. Such a beautiful day, man. That cool breeze is nice. Hoodie weather is my favorite weather. It really is. I love the winter too. I love the snowfall. But I really want to sail, and you can only sail in northern United States, North America, in seasons. So if I want to sail and live on the boat, I gotta head south. A lot of people do live on a boat up here. What they'll do is they'll take the boat out of the water once season ends, and then they'll shrink wrap it. They'll pay for it in the marina, and they'll plug in. They'll live on the boat. They'll cut a little hole in the shrink wrap, and they'll live on the boat all winter long out of the water, and then they'll put it back in. I've actually thought about doing that for a year or two while I sail around the Great Lakes, get used to it before I head to the ocean. But I gotta get the boat first. I gotta figure out a lot of different ways to have passive income before I do something like that. I want a little bit of money put up for emergency stuff, and my plan is to be out on the water, on the boat within the next 5 years. Everything I do pretty much has that in my mind. I have that in my mind, and I consider every move I make. Everything I do it for a reason. And mostly that reason is, one, to have a nice place to lay my head, or just have a place, but really is investing in my future to sail around the world. But my main focus is just getting around the United States, Gulf of Mexico, then head to the Caribbean, South America, conquer that first, and then if I decide, that's something I really, really want to continue doing, I might get a bigger boat and then try to conquer the Pacific. It's been a dream of mine since I was about 15. I've been researching it, learning all about it since then. So it's definitely doable. You don't have to be rich to do it. There's millions of people out on the ocean every day that live on the water, that survive. They don't, and they're not rich, but they make it happen, they make it work. And there's a lot of couples as well, and that's kind of my dream, is to find another woman that is my other half, my best friend, we can do everything with, and then we can do nothing, we just are content being with each other every day, sailing, living on the boat. I found a lot of women that say they want to go, but when it comes time to looking at the boat, or actually make a big commitment, sacrifice leaving the state, or whatever it is, maybe selling the home, or whatever we gotta do, they tend to lock up. They tend to think I'm crazy, which I am crazy. But I'm not delusional. It's something I know I can achieve. I hear a lot of birds over here, man. There we go. I knew I heard another bird bathing. There's a bird nest up there. It's a pretty big bird nest. Looks like it might be a boy. It's got a lot of blue on it. If I get closer. They seem to really like this spot. Of course, I walk over here, they all fly away. That one's over there taking a drink. You can hear them, they're going crazy. Because it's a beautiful day. Surprised I haven't seen any turtles. Usually you see the turtles on these logs over here trying to get some sun to warm up. Dude got impatient. He left. No fishies. I think I'm gonna go walk to the other side, show everyone the other side, the other lake that I was talking about. The one I'm about to walk to, it's not Newberg Lake. Newberg Lake pours into this lake. I'm not sure if this one even has a name. Shit, this shit's dangerous, man. I'd hate to fall or drop my phone in the water. That would suck. Back when I was a kid, this bridge was never here. Of course, when I leave, a big bird comes to take a bath. A big blue one. Yeah, this bridge was never here. They put that in, I don't know, about a decade ago, maybe a little bit more than that. Hines Drive, a lot of people come down here. Gotta be careful down here too, though. There's a lot of fucked up people coming down here, you know, homeless people and stuff. They'll come down here a lot. There was, when I was just coming out of high school, I was dating a girl that was about to graduate. She was a couple years younger than me, like 3 years younger than me. One of her class roommates, or classmate, I said roommate. One of her classmates, him and his friend ended up killing some guy, cut his head off, wrapped the guy's body, buried the body about 2 miles from here in the tarp, and then drove about 20 miles that way where that car's headed to stay on the road, and threw the head off the side of the road, and they found it. They found the head. And then, like, about a week later, they found the body. They sent a bunch of dogs out and trekked through all the woods. And they finally found the body where they buried the dude. But it's crazy because the girl I was dating at the time knew the kid. She said she never thought that that kid would be somebody that would kill somebody like that. This guy's letting me by, that's awesome. This used to be dirt right here, this whole parking lot. I used to come flying through here like an idiot in my late teens, early 20s on my 240 SX. I had a Sylvia S14 with a KA24DE with about 30,000 miles on it. I come flying through here, drifting on the dirt road like a dumbass. Thankfully, nobody was walking down the road, because some of these turns where it stops right here, the end of this parking lot, you could go between all these houses. And some of the left and right turns were kind of long, you know, and tight. You couldn't see anybody coming up, so at any time I could have fucking hit somebody. I always did it, you know, later when I didn't think anybody was around, but you never know. I'm glad I don't do shit like that. I was stupid when I was young. So like these lakes, right? Think about it. The Native Americans used to canoe in here, eat out this river, swim in this river. It was clean. You can't even swim in it anymore. You can't. The E. coli is too high. You know, there's so many pollutants and other things going on in here, you know, like, you gotta get to a point where we significantly make a difference and clean up this planet. We should be able to swim in all of our waters. There's no reason for us not to be able to. We should be able to drink out of this water, but we can't. So this is kind of part of the trail system I'm talking about, where you can ride your bikes, you can hike and whatnot. They got about a bunch of different ramps and bridges and all that. I'm going to take everybody for a walk, but this is a small lake I was talking about. There's a bigger one, like I said, called Newburgh Lake, more west of this. You can take this trail to the other lake. It's a long trail. I was thinking about taking my bike through here, but I got a bunch of patches on my inner tube. There's a few things I got to do to the bike before I can really come through here and not fuck the bike up. So, plus I was like the last minute thing. Somebody built the teepee. It's pretty cool. I've spent a lot of time down here. When I was young, my dad, my two older brothers' father, I consider my real father, I have his last name. His name is Mike. He's raised me. He took me in. And he ended up going through a really bad divorce. His second wife, her name was Kim. She was cheating on him, which me and my stepsisters caught her cheating on him, and we all told him, and he didn't want to believe it. Her own daughters were so upset with her, they wanted to live with my dad because of the whole situation. There's somebody kayaking. So when they got divorced, my dad decided to move in with his mother down in the basement. She bought a home over here in Livonia in 2001. It was a really, really nice home, beautiful home, like a $500,000 home. And we lived in the basement. So I moved from like Dearborn area, Detroit area, to over here, which was a big move for me when I was a kid. I went from kind of low class, middle class, you know, to high class in a sense, in my eyes, you know. All the kids out here, you know, families had money. It was nice out here. I had a lot of problems with the kids at school. All the boys didn't like me because I dressed different. You know, they knew I came from Dearborn, Detroit area. But all the girls liked me because I was new and I was different. And it caused me a lot of problems. So, not only was I kind of out of my element when I moved out here, I was new to like being out here. I didn't have friends and whatnot. So she lived right off this area right here called Hines Drive. And I always used to ride my bike growing up. I would take off from my mom's house. My stepdad, when I lived with my mom, he was abusive. My two little brothers' father. And I would take off on the bike all the time. And when we moved out here, I rode my bike all the time. I spent a lot of time out here. And I was in 6th grade when I moved out here. 6th grade summer, I just started smoking pot, marijuana, on a daily basis. Like, consistently. Squirrels. So I spent a lot of time out here. Like, after I got out of school, I couldn't wait to come out here, ride my bike, and smoke some weed. I spent every day out here. Anytime I could get away, I'd be out here. Another kayaker. He's fishing. The trails were back here back then, but there wasn't like any biking trails or anything like that. Like, you had the one I'm walking on, you had this, but they didn't have like all the bridges that they have now, and it was just a little bit different. Like, the people that came back here were more like teenagers, you know, trying to get away to go smoke weed or hang out with their friends or whatnot. And then you had like a lot of hikers and stuff, backpackers, they would come through here. And that was about it. Now you come back here, like, you see all these rocks and stuff, you'll see like a lot of people on their mountain bikes. They come back here now because now it pops up. If you Google MTB Trail, Wayne County in Michigan, this pops up. You will be able to see this place. And the county comes through here now and they take care of it. Like, if you see this log, they take care of it. They cut through everything, any down trees, you know, they unblock the trails and whatnot. Back in the day, there was a few trails here and there, sporadic, that you would find some trails or whatnot for bikes. And the people that did bike back here, which was very few back then, they would kind of upkeep the trail. They would come out here with a chainsaw and they would build like log bridges and whatnot. So, you know, you did see that here and there, but it was rare. Not like what it is now. Which is a good thing. I'm happy the county comes back here. But they've also been, I'd say the last 20 years, they've been putting a big effort into cleaning this. Because this is a natural draining zone, you have to picture it in your mind, like all of the Metro Detroit suburbs, all the water, you know, every time it rains and we have flash flooding and whatnot, or the snow melt happens, it all comes off the top of your house, the streets, goes into the sewer system, and the sewer systems are all designed to flow this way and then dump into the Rouge River, and then the Rouge River into the Detroit River. So they've been spending a lot of money, time, work, and what they're doing is they're building berms with trees. Every once in a while, you'll see it. We might run into one. they'll stack up a bunch of trees and slow the flow of water down so the side of the river doesn't get eroded as fast. It catches all the trash that goes through, and then they clean it up. They'll have different checkpoints that they create to catch everything and slow down the water so they can clean it up better. Which is a good thing. Every time it gets cold like this and I go for walks or exercise or ride my bike, my nose will always start draining, dude. Always starts running. I really like the job that I'm working right now. I've been learning a lot about trees. It's crazy, I can look at a lot of trees and look at the bark or the leaf and know what tree it is. Like, I never knew, like, many trees, like that. I knew, like, what an apple tree looked like because of the apples, I couldn't identify an apple tree simply by its leaf. So, I've been sharing a lot of that on my YouTube channel. And as I learn and know more, I'll be sharing it with everyone else that follows and subscribes. That's weird looking. Look how the bark is on this. That's crazy. I've never seen that before. That's wild. I almost wanna, well, I'll have it on recording. I'm gonna show my boss and show him this tree. I bet you any money he'll be able to tell me what this is just by looking at it. His name is Carlos. He's obsessed with trees. He goes to every tree convention there is. He'll go to Chicago, LA, New York. He flies and will take a whole week off just to go to the convention, support trees and the environment. I really look up to him, and he's been noticing, like, everything he teaches me, I catch on and I know it, I learn it. And he likes the fact that I obtain the information. So he says that's rare with people, like he'll show people and teach people, and then 5 minutes later it goes in the ear and out the other, So he's been taking a lot of time and sharing his knowledge with me, and he appreciates it. And I'm thankful for it. I enjoy it. Like, this is a maple tree. You can tell by the leaf. And this is actually a disease. This is not it rotting or going bad because of the fall. It's called tar spot. It's a common maple tree disease, and pretty much all of them have them. If you see a maple tree without it, you're lucky to find one. Very, very common. See, like how they got the drain right here and they got this and stuff? That's all the county doing it. Definitely a perfect day for walking the trails. So when I get the sailboat, as I start sailing and figure out where I'm going to go to and the next place I go to, I will be doing a lot of backpacking once I park the boat. If I decide to stay somewhere for a month, you'll be seeing a lot of hiking and backpacking through wherever region area that I'm at, and I'll be meeting with the locals and talking to people, just finding out about the area, what's going on with the environment, the people, a little bit of politics, learn about the food, you know, and what cool things to do when I'm over there. Find out what the people like to do and enjoy. See these rocks? They have all of these now. You can ride over them with your bike. They never had that when I was a kid. That's why I want to get my bike that I have in good shape so I can come out here and not break it, because I'm hard on them. Once I start riding, I guarantee I'll bend a rim or something. I'll do something or hurt myself. I'm pretty good at that too. Always hurting myself. I love the colors, man. It's so pretty. It's like reddish purple. And I like these trails too because there's multiple trails back here. You know, they got this one going that way, and it's like a switch back to this trail. So you can come down one way, park, come down one way, turn around and come back the way you just came, but it'll be a different trail. You're not riding down the same trail. So it makes it more fun, you know. But going down a trail, the same trail one way, and coming back down the same trail, sometimes it's a lot different. It might be easy going one way down a trail, and then coming back the other way, it might be really, really hard. It might be advanced. Bike pedestrian trail, no motor vehicles prohibited. No RV, technical features ahead, look before you ride. Yeah, they never had these posts back here. Hello. Oh, look at the doggy. Hello, good afternoon. Hey, buddy. Aw, look at the kid. Perfect for pictures, all in the leaves. So cute. She looks so happy. She has a leaf in her hand, smiling. Like, I would love to own a house like that right here. I would love it. The only thing that I wouldn't like, because of all the stagnant water and the woods, mosquitoes. Those skeeters are gonna get you. They're gonna get real bad. Some ducks. 4 males and a female. Oh, there's more over there. There's more than just it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You got 8 males and 3 females. This bridge has always been here since I was a kid. This bridge is actually old. I've seen teenagers, like, I remember back in the day, there was a lot of goth kids that would come back here, and their dumbasses would build a fire right on top of the bridge and burn the whole bridge down. I guarantee if I take you guys through these trails, I can find a couple of them that are still burnt down that the county never put back together. So you see what I'm talking about right here? They'll actually cut down trees on purpose to build these dams like this that slow the water down and catch all the trash, and then they'll pick up the trash. They do it on purpose. You wouldn't think they did, but they do. Which is really smart, actually. But just think, you know, like, you see all that trash over there? If they didn't do that and pick it up, it would all end up into the Great Lakes. And I've seen it worse than that. The water has gotten a lot better. Still can't swim in it though. I don't recommend it. There was always a saying, if you fall in this river, you might end up with a third eye, or your toe might fucking fall off or something like that. And I have fallen in. Nothing like that has ever happened, but Henry Ford used to own this road right here. And he used to ship semis full of rubber tires and stuff, and they used to dump over here a lot, along with the Flint River. So a lot of this area over here, there's a lot of dump zones. There's actually a school that's over here. They had the school and they tested the soil, and the soil was contaminated. It had a lot of lead and a bunch of other stuff. So they closed down the school, and then they built a school right across the street. It's insane. They close the roads down a lot because when it flash floods, we get really bad rains. A lot of parts of these roads will flood, so you can't get through there. So they drive through here every day, every morning, just to see how the river's doing. And then they'll close off the sections that are flooded. You can't get down here. So when I was growing up, I had a dirt bike. I would always come down here when it was flooded and ride around. You could ride up and down the road all day long and not be bothered with. There'd be no cars on the road. The only time you really get fucked with is if you see Wayne County Sheriff. The sheriff will come down here and make sure nobody's coming back here doing stupid shit and whatnot. And every time I'd get caught, they would stop me. They would always tell me to go back home. Don't let me catch you out here again. So if you go this way down the river, about 4 or 5 miles, you'll hit Newburgh Lake. I'm gonna head back the other way. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed the video. Hopefully you learned a little bit about this area and you enjoy all the nature and the animals, what animals I did catch, and seeing the people enjoying the time out here. But I'm gonna go ahead and get off the phone and enjoy it myself, alone. I hope everyone has a good day, and if you enjoy these videos, subscribe, help me out, comment, talk to me. I'd like to get to know you. God bless you and have a great day.